In the tourist cabin site saga, those of you who are familiar with the Maplewood and surrounding areas probably remember the old tourist cabin site, which is right off of Highway 61 and Frost Avenue. And of course, for years and years and years, there were the little tourist cabins there that could be rented out on a part-time or a weekend basis or even a monthly basis. And then also, as part of that, there was also the mobile home cabins, a mobile home park that was adjacent to the cabins. Of course, the trailers and the mobile homes and the tourist cabins themselves are no longer there. They have been cleared out, and so the property is there with the big, large, majestic trees and the occasional lilac or crabapple tree. So this is a site that over the last few years has had quite a few proposals that have come forward as to what to do with the property. Of course, initially, back in approximately 2006 and 7, it was proposed that it was going to be a development with a senior housing complex that would have a variety of different types of senior housing available for those seniors who are looking for either some assisted living or independent living. And of course, that developer, he was not able to move forward with his development plans. The recession hit, and like many developers, he was unable to make his mortgage payments, and his interest was foreclosed on by the entity that had lent him the money. And so then another proposal came forward to the city approximately, about a year or so ago in 2009. And that proposal, of course, was being brought forward by Albert Miller of Rand Corporation, who, of course, as you'll hear more about, is actually the Rand Corporation is the organization that borrowed the money to Bart Martinelli, who was the developer in the 2006 and 7 era that was looking to put in a development there. And so Rand Corporation acquired the property through foreclosure. And then, of course, Rand Corporation, because they borrowed money on other projects and owed a promissory note to Highland Bank, they then assigned that promissory, they then assigned their interest in the property as collateral to the promissory note that they already owed to Highland Bank on some other property. So currently, the ownership of that property, the tourist cabin site, is currently, well, you know, when you're looking at the documentation, it appears that the Rand Corporation still has somewhat of an interest in it by way of the fact that the promissory note that they have with Highland Bank allows them that opportunity, and the assignment allows them that opportunity to get the property back as collateral if they pay off their promissory note. So anyway, but just recently at the Maplewood City Council meeting of May 24th, 2010, a proposal came before the City Council where now Rand Corporation, a couple of other fellows who have joined in a partnership with Rand Corporation, are now seeking to get tax increment financing from the city of Maplewood in order to be able to bridge the gap between the financing and the ability of being able to put up a development. So we have some film footage here. We also have the memorandum that was provided to the council, and there's quite a few inaccuracies within that memorandum that was provided to the council that we hope to be able to elaborate on, because certainly I think a council, in order to make good and competent decisions on any decision, needs to have accurate information provided to them. So let's take a look at the film footage, and we'll be cutting in and out as we have explanation or analysis to provide. So let's take a look.
To consider adopting a resolution calling a public hearing to consider a tax increment